Do you have any updates about the eye of Tom Aspinall? And is there a rematch in the works?
Oh, Jesus. Don't let me talk about Tom Aspinall's eye. Apparently he's going in for a second surgery or just had it, and by surgery, I mean injections. I have no idea. Get a quote from him. God forbid I say something about it. Go ahead.
Weird, Dana.
Jeez.
How close did you think you were to fit?
Here's your quote. Catching strays, aren't I? Catching strays in my own living room on a Sunday morning.
Tom Aspinall has responded in a way that doesn't rely on speaking, but instead through his attitude, timing, and an obvious sense of frustration that's hard to miss. Following Paddy Pimblett's defeat to Justin Gaethje, UFC President Dana White was asked about an update on Tom Aspinall's injury situation. However, instead of offering reassurance or clear information, he gave a notably blunt and dismissive reaction, which many saw as one of his least supportive responses toward a current champion.
Do you have any updates about the eye of Tom Aspinall? And is there a rematch in the works?
Oh, Jesus. Don't let me talk about Tom Aspinall's eye. Apparently he's going in for a second surgery or just had it, and by surgery, I mean injections. I have no idea.
Thank you, sir.
Get a quote from him. God fucking forbid I say something about it. Go ahead.
Think about Dana White saying Tom didn't continue.
Tom didn't want to continue in the fight, so.
And then also, who gives it to eye pokes?
Who gives it?
Well, listen, I didn't continue. I'll tell you why I didn't continue. Because I'm not a dummy. Like, I'm not going to go out there and fight one of the best strikers in the world if I can't see. I know, as an MMA fighter, look, things are going to happen in the fight that compromise you. Go back and watch my fight with Arlovski. The end of the first round, he punched me right in the eyeball.
Final 20 seconds of the first round. Oh! Hit right from Arlovski.
For the rest of that fight, I couldn't see him out that eye. That's fine. If you get punched or kicked in the eye, that's fine. If you get double eye poked in both eyes and you've got no vision because of a foul, why should I carry on so some dummy can look and say, oh yeah, Tom just got knocked out? Because I ain't going to fight if I can't see anything because of a foul.
To process that. I really don't. That is your heavyweight champion. That is one of the best and most popular fighters in the world. And the reaction is, geez, don't let me say anything about him. Last I heard, he had a couple surgeries. Well, injections. Like the whole thing felt dismissive. The whole thing felt like he doesn't really believe it. If I'm being 100% honest, if I am to read his body language, and he will 1,000% say, that felt very dismissive. That felt like someone who didn't believe that his heavyweight champion was actually going through something. Anyone feel otherwise?
Dana White downplayed Tom Aspinall's eye injury, describing it as something involving surgery and injections, without much detail or concern. The reaction stood out because Aspinall didn't fake or exaggerate the issue. He suffered a real eye poke that affected his vision and required medical treatment to ensure he can safely return. Following Paddy Pimblett's loss to Justin Gaethje, attention around the situation has only grown, including questions about Aspinall's next steps in the division.
Interesting if Tom came out and said, no, I'm not going to rematch him. He's a cheater. Why would I rematch a guy that already cheated, that violated not one of my eyes, but both? I gave him his chance. He chose to cheat. I'm going to move on. If Tom took that stance, which he's not going to do, I'm saying, but for fun,
yeah,
I think he'd have a lot of people that supported him. For some reason, Surreal has come out of this thing with his hands clean. He's the one that did the poking.
No, it was exactly that.
It was,
and by surgeries, I mean injections. That's like a direct shot at him.
Yes.
Oh, God forbid I say something. Yeah, no, that's
like flip it. It was just, if I'm Tom Aspinall sitting there, I'm like, man, what did I do to this guy? All I've done is stepped up to the plate and I got poked in the freaking eye. And you think I want to get injections for fun? Do you think Tom Aspinall is injections or not, surgery or not? Do you think he's doing this for fun? And the world has no idea how much his life has changed as a result of all of this. Do you think he's doing this for fun? Do you think he's doing this to prove a point to all of you who thought he was faking? It's absurd to me. He could have easily answered that question like, to be honest, he's just working through things. Hopeful he'll be back. Wishing him the best. We'll be here when he's ready to come back. Like what? Why did it have to be that? And shame on the media who's there like yucking it up, laughing about a guy who's potentially staring at maybe never fighting again. This is a real thing. At what point are people going to realize this is a real thing? I thought that was gross. I mean, it's very hard sometimes to listen to these press conferences because there's like, what's going to happen with Alex Hernandez and Michael Johnson? Don't know. Sometimes I feel like he it's just, but that is someone's health. That is someone's health and safety. That is someone's future and longevity. And you're just kind of dismissing it like that. Kudos to Tom for kind of, I think, laughing it off, but you could kind of tell he's bothered there.
Instead of offering full support for his champion, Dana White shifted the conversation toward frustration with fans and criticism, suggesting he feels limited in what he can say. The tone came across as defensive, and many interpreted it as uncharacteristic for the head of the UFC. What stood out even more was the lack of acknowledgement for Tom Aspinall. There was no recognition of his willingness to step in, no praise for staying ready as a backup, and no mention of the long delay caused by the stalled John Jones situation.
To do something about these eye pokes. The rule is you got to have your hands like this, but you can still have your fingers out straight. You can't do that. You can do that. That's the stupidest rule I've ever seen in my life. Make a fist. Simple as that. You're throwing punches and yeah, you got to parry shots, but you just got to unbend your fingers. It's really not that hard. This is a stupid rule.
Only Tom knows what happened. Could he see? Couldn't he see? Could he continue? I can't make people fight if they feel they've been injured. After the Jones fight, a lot of people wrote Cyril Gane off. He looked damn good tonight. I mean, he had Tom bloodied up and Tom didn't want to continue in the fight. The rematch is very interesting.
No. If he's still annoyed, if he had grander plans, if this screwed up plans, I don't know what it is, but to react like that about an eye injury and say, it was actually injections. What? Who's signing up for injections? Honestly, who's signing up for injections? How can you be so dismissive of your heavyweight champion? Forget heavyweight champion, of any fighter who fights for you. Well, I mean, I really do feel for Tom, and you can call us biased. You can say whatever we want, whatever you want to say about us. He does not deserve any of this. The guy fought, he got poked, eye gouged, and he's being made to seem like some sort of like malcontent, some sort of like faker. I don't know what it is. It's bizarre, man. You could protect him. You could change the narrative on him. You have to promote this guy. At some point, you are going to have to promote this guy. God willing, he'll be okay.
Tom Aspinall has repeatedly stepped up for the UFC, taking short notice fights and staying ready as a backup while the heavyweight division slowed down. Now, after an injury that wasn't his fault, many feel the response from Dana White has lacked the same level of support. As a result, what happened is being seen less as a single moment and more as part of an ongoing pattern of tension.
Got fingered, 2 in the eyes. One of his fingers even went in his mouth. It was deep. Cyril Gane was looking so good in that first round. Tom Aspinall's nose was bleeding. Cyril was landing with that jab. I got a heavyweight. You go in there. And a lot of the times at heavyweight, you see guys not really engage too much. It takes one punch, especially from 2 big punches like that. And Tom was kind of pushed, like coming forward. Cyril landing beautiful jabs, circling around. He won that round. Both those guys, for being heavyweight, can move so well on their feet. God, that was going to be such a sweet.
The narratives. He genuinely did get his eyes raked by Gane. If he can't open his eye, it's going to get called off. Give him more time. If he can't open his eyes, it's going to get called off. He needs to open his right eye, and if he can't, it's over. Come on. No. He'll come back. He'll come back nice and easy. It's all good. It's good that. Eye poke stoppage. Book the rematch in the UK. Double eye poke. Have a chat with Gane. Have a nice tasty chat. It's all good. What's this? Oh, burger. Burger in the corner. Be good that.
Looking at the bigger picture, some observers feel a similar kind of tension has surfaced before with fighters like Francis Ngannou and John Jones. And now a comparable dynamic seems to be forming around Tom Aspinall. The difference, however, is that Aspinall has not openly pushed back in public so far. Still, situations like this can leave a lasting impression, as fighters tend to remember how they were treated when things weren't going in their favor.